Welcome back, students. Here, next topic is copy constructor. Here, in the previous session, we discussed about what do you mean by default constructor, what do you mean by parameterized constructor. In default constructor, we are not going to pass any parameters, whereas in case of parameterized constructor, we can pass the parameters in that particular constructor. Now here, third type of constructor is copy constructor. Third type of constructor is the copy constructor. In copy constructor, we are going to copy the object. We are going to copy the object, and we can pass that particular object, copy of the object as the parameter. For add obj. Here we are passing the copy of the object. We are passing the copy of the project. Here, copy of the object. The copy constructor is a special constructor which creates an object by initializing it with an object of the same class. Here, in copy constructor, already one object is created. We are going to copying that particular object in the copy constructor. We are going to copying the particular object in our constructor, right? Here, see here. This is the syntax for copy constructor: class name, constant class name, and the object name. Class name and the object name. Same here. Class name is there, class name is add is there. Here we are going to write the ampersand operator, then we are going to creating the object. We are going to creating the object. See here, add star obj. So we are creating the object and we are passing this object to this particular constructor. This constructor is known as the copy constructor. Here copy constructor, generally this copy, here it is also following the same rules and regulations of the constructor only. This copy constructor doesn't have any return type. This copy constructor doesn't have any return type, and here the copy constructor is used to initialize one object from another object of the same type. Here in copy constructor, we are trying to initialize the object of the same class. Here copy an object to pass it as an argument to a function. Here in previous examples, in previous functions, we can't copy an object and we can't pass the argument as an object as an argument in functions, whereas in case of copy constructor, we can pass the object. We can pass the object as an argument. Here you copy an object to return it from a function. Here we can pass this. Here we can copy the object and we can pass the object to the particular constructor. It takes an object reference as the argument. Here we are using the ampersand operator, right? Here we are using the ampersand operator. This ampersand operator is used for the reference of that particular object. This ampersand operator, generally this ampersand operator is used as the reference operator. Now here we are using the ampersand before the object. That's the reason we are going to take the object reference as an argument. It has only one constant parameter. Here in this case, in copy constructor, we are going to pass only one argument, that is the reference of one object. Here we can pass only in copy. Here in parameterized constructors, for example, add a comma b comma c, we can pass 3 parameters, 4 parameters, 5 parameters. In default constructor, we are not going to pass any parameters, whereas in the case of copy constructor, here we can pass only one argument. That particular argument is also the reference of any object, reference of only one object, right? Here it is automatically invoked when function returns a class type of value, right? Here this is the copy constructor. I'm going to explain with an example. See here, in class add, we are going to declaring already. This add is the default constructor. This add int x comma int y is the parameterized constructor. Now I am defining this copy constructor. How declaring the copy constructor? Here in copy constructor, we are going to pass object. P, reference object we have to pass, right? We have to pass the reference object. Now here we are declaring this copy constructor here. Now we have to define the copy constructor outside the class. For this one, don't have return type. That's the reason. First write the class name, followed by the scope resolution operator, then add ampersand P. Here A equals to, already A comma B are the data members which are declared in public. P dot A, we are calling this A comma B. B equals to P dot B. Here I am declaring int C. C equals to A plus B. We are calling these two variables A comma B data members which are declared in the class public. See here, A comma B are declared in public mode, A comma B are declared in the class and in public mode. That's the reason we can use these variables outside the class. Here I am going to accessing those variables by using its address. Here we are using P is a, here we are creating one reference variable. By using this reference variable, we are calling that particular variable A and variable B. Then we are performing addition of two numbers. Now we are printing the value C out. This is the example of copy constructor. This is the example of copy constructor. Now C out, value of C is C new line, close the braces. Here we are defining the copy constructor outside the class. Now we are defining the copy constructor outside the class. To invoke this copy constructor, we have to create one object, right? How to create the object? Here class name is add. Now my object name is obj2. My object name is obj2. Now in this case we have to pass the reference of any one object. Here I am going to pass address of obj1. Yeah, why? Because here we are passing this A comma B now. That's the reason 10 comma 20 values already there. Here we are passing the reference of this object 1 to object 2. We are copying the object 1 in object 2, right? We are copying the object 1 into object 2. Now I am going to try to execute this program. First we have to save this program. Press F2. Yes. Control plus F9. Is there any error? Is there? Yes. Add. Could not find a match. Add. We are getting one error here. What is the error? Could not find a match for add. Here at 43 line. Here we are getting one error. Why we are getting one error here? Here if I am going to remove this ampersand, here object means reference, right? Object means reference. Directly we are passing the object 1. Here we are passing the object 1. Object means that is the reference. No need to put the ampersand here. Why? Because already object is the reference. That's the reason. No need to write the ampersand. Control plus F9. Yes. Here Alt F5 to check the errors. Here this is the example of default constructor, value of C is 30. This is the example of parameterized constructor, value of Z is 30. Now this is the example of copy constructor, value of C is 30, right? Here first see here I am creating one object for this one. Here add obj, we are creating one object here. Whenever the object is created, first it will check is there any parameters are there. Here directly this is the default. Here we are not passing any parameter. Directly it is going to be invoked. This thing, default constructor. That's it. Here in second case I am creating one object. In second case I am creating one object. This object is having two parameters. So first it will check. First it will go for this constructor. Here is there any parameters are there? No, there is no parameters are there. So it is not going to be executed. Next here two parameters are there. It is going to be executed. Right. In third case, now I am going to create one more object, add obj2 for the same class. Here I am passing the reference of object 1. Here it will execute this one. See here, if I am not here, if this object is there, here I am not going to create the default object. At that time what will happen? Check this one. Control plus F9. In this case, default constructor is not going to be invoked. Right? Alt F5. See here, only two. This is the example of parameterized constructor. Value of Z is 30. Example of copy constructor. Value of C is 30. Here, it is not going to be executed. Here, default constructor is not going to be executed. Why? Why? Because here we are not going to use this one. Right? Now next topic is destructors. Here in constructors we are creating the memory location, right? In constructors we are creating the memory location. Here by using the destructors we are going to destroy that particular object. Sequence. We are going to destroy the object. Here destructors are the special methods that are used to destroy the objects created by the constructors. Here why we are going to use this destructors? Here destructors also the same, like just like the constructors only, but here in constructor whenever the object is created we are going to allocate some sort of memory location to that particular objects. Now after using that particular object, if you want to free that particular memory location, at that time we have to use the destructor. Destructor methods are invoked here and it is going to free the and it is going to destroy the objects which are going to be created by the constructor. Here destructor is a special member function. Destructor is the special member function. Here the destructor function is executed whenever the object of its class goes out of the scope. Out of the scope, or whenever the delete expression is applied to a pointer of that particular object. Here destructor function is when we are going to use the destructors. Here if the memory space is not there. If I am going to try to execute, if I am going to create the object, at that time we don't have sufficient memory. At that time we have to delete some sort of we want to delete some objects. At that time we have to use these destructors. By using the destructors, here we can free the memory location. And previously I already explained that constructors are not virtual function, whereas destructors are the virtual function. Destructors are going to be followed the properties of the virtual function. Here they use the delete operator to deallocate the previously allocated memory. Here we are going to use the delete operator, right? Here they don't have any default values and it can't be overloaded. Here destructors are not going to be overloaded. Here in next class I am going to explain what you mean by overloading. Previous slide. Here destructor will have the exactly same name as the class name. Here class add is there. Destructor is also having the same name just like the class name. Constructor is also having the same name as the class name. Here destructor is also having the same name as the class name. Before that prefix one symbol, tilde symbol is there. This symbol is there. This symbol we have to put before the name of that particular class. Class add is there. If you are going to put this symbol, then this becomes the destructor. A class have only one destructor. We can have multiple number of constructors in a single class. See here in the previous example, I am going to use add method. Add, one add is there here. Next in add, I am going to pass two parameters a comma b. In next add, here I am passing the object. Here same, we are having three constructors in a single class, whereas in this case in destructor, here in a single class we are having only one destructor. Yeah, that's the reason destructors are not going to be overloaded and constructors are not virtual, whereas in this case destructors are virtual. Here where we are going to use this destructors means just we have to closing the files or just we have to releasing the memory. At that time we are going to use the destructors, right? I am going to explain this destructor by using one example. See here in the class we are declaring three constructors. One is the default constructor add, second one is the parameterized constructor, third one is the copy constructor. Now I am going to declare here destructor. Tilde symbol. Then here in destructors we are not going to pass any parameters. We are not going to pass any parameters. Whenever the destructor is going to be called, whenever we are going to, here I am declaring one destructor here without use, whenever the object is created, automatically constructor is invoked. Here after the invoking the constructor, automatically destructor is going to be invoked and it is going to free that particular memory location. It is going to free that particular memory location. Here I am going to defining that, here declaring the destructor. Now here I am defining the destructor. Here destructor is also not having any return type. That's the reason no need to write this one. Then class name followed by the destructor name, add, open in the braces, cout, this is the example of destructor. Here, see here, this is the example of destructor. Just I am calling that particular destructor. Here void main is there. Here remove the comment lines. Here I am including CLR SCR function. This CLR SCR function is present in hash include conio.h header file. Here I am using this header file. I am including conio.h header file. That's the reason we can use CLR SCR and get ch function in our program, right? Here I am not going to call the destructor. I am not going to call the destructor. Automatically destructor is going to be invoked. See here, press F2. I am saving the program. Now checking the errors. Control press F9. There is no errors are there. Yes. Alt F5. See here. This is the example of destructor. Here first line is, this is the example of default constructor. First is default constructor is executed. Next one is the parameterized constructor is executed. This is the example of parameterized constructor. Value of z is 30, right? Next one is the copy constructor is executed. This is the example of copy constructor. Value of c is 30. Now 3 times destructor function is invoked. Why? Because here in our program we are creating 3 objects. Here after using that particular objects, we are releasing the memory of that particular object. That's the reason we are going, this destructor function is going to execute it 3 times. This is the example of destructor, this is the example of destructor, this is the example of destructor, right? Here 3 objects are created, 1 object for default constructor, 1 object for parameterized constructor, 1 object for the copy constructor, right? Now to release the memory of those 3 objects, destructor is going to call 3 times, right? This is the example of destructors, right? 3 times that particular destructor is going to execute it. 3 times destructor is executed means the memory location of those 3 objects. See here, memory locations of those 3 objects are going to be released. For example, if in this case, if I am going to use this one on here, I am going to put the comment here obj1, here I am creating only obj1 and obj2 objects only, obj1 and obj2 objects only. In that case obj1 obj2 objects are there. In that particular case here 2 objects are created, 2 objects are created, 2 objects are created means one object is going to be invoked the parameterized constructor, 1 object is going to be invoked for the copy constructor. Only 2 objects are created. Here after executing these 2 objects, here 2 times destructor is going to be invoked, right? We are going to checking for this one. Press F2, control plus F9, here no errors are there, press Y, alt F5. See here, two objects are there, 1 object for the parameterized constructor. So this is the example of parameterized constructor, value of Z is 30. Example of copy constructor, value of C is 30. Now example of destructor, example of destructor. Here 2 objects are created, 2 times destructor function is going to be invoked. It means that here memory of those 2 objects are going to be released. If we are going to use only 1 object, if we are going to use only 1 object, at that time only 1 time that particular constructor is going to be, that particular destructor is going to be invoked. See here, yeah, this is the example of default constructor, value of C is 30. This is the example of destructor. Here we are creating only 1 object, here we are creating only 1 object. That's the reason only 1 time destructor is invoked. With this I covered constructor and destructor topic, right? Thank you.